Hey world builders, welcome back to Build Together. This is day 84. Today's prompt is, do people in your world believe in ghosts? Why or why not? I'll start off today by reading you verbatim the quote that I put at the top of this document. This is from Ghosts and Other Apparitions by an individual known as Percival Thornfallow. He says, "As of yet, I am unconvinced that any sighting, whether certain or hardly proven, of an entity incorporeal yet separately sentient, thereby denying the singular use of Hashem, has ever or will ever exist disconnected in its entirety from, let's say, necromancy." This theme underpins a lot of how I see Attovians looking at the concept of ghosts. The general populace more or less believes in them or sees them as a piece of mythology that was once real in a time where the gods more closely interacted with humans and sentient beings of the soil of Attovia. But to those who have some knowledge about workings and metawork, the magics of Attovia, and the ways that it is facilitated and the number of its fields, they understand that there is a possibility for ghosts, but it is a little bit more intellectual of an understanding, because let's see, or necromancy is this very complex subset of necromancy that allows people to retrieve a soul from the afterlife and then use it for any number of purposes. This can result in a thing that is effectively a ghostly apparition. A ghost, in as much as you or I would recognize it, a thing that is incorporeal, potentially partially see-through, that isn't really even there materially, but has some kind of echo or some kind of feeling of sentience from a being that is not material. Of course, to someone who is knowledgeable, they understand that, well, when you retrieve a soul from the afterlife with, let's say, necromancy, there are a lot of different things you can do with it. Making it a ghost is honestly not one of the more useful things that you can do. Now, it has been used before to scare people away, or sometimes as a way of basically like having an ancient person to ask questions of. This is sometimes an unreliable way to get information about the past, but it has been done before. And oftentimes you actually will do this in conjunction with Hashem, which I mentioned earlier, which is the field of light manipulation of metawork, and maybe give them more corporeal looking body, so they're a bit less unsettling. That's what I wrote about today, the sort of general view of ghosts as seen by the uneducated populace and the educated populace. Do people in your world believe that ghosts exist? Why or why not? Thanks for building together.